When was the last time you called a judge? When was the last time you called a judge?
I never call judges. At all. I meet with judges from time to time. I mean my former university classmates. There are many judges among them.
What about those who are in office?
There are some who are currently in office. However, I meet with them as my classmates, and not in their capacity as judges.
With whom?
With my class, uni mates.
Does that expression exist?
Well, let's say I've invented it.
Do you know what case was the most high profile in 2019?
No.
The Ivan Golunov case.
Yes, I heard about it.
And it became a high profile one, in part because active members of society were very disgruntled with what was done to that young man, a journalist.
There was nothing good about it, true.
Most likely, he could have ended up behind bars.
Yes, but that didn't happen.
It didn't happen because people got involved.
That's good. That's very good.
Is that the only way to guarantee justice?
Look, what I want to say is people getting involved.
Yes.
That makes a difference in today's Russia. And it's good. Currently, I think,
5 people have been detained.
the situation evolves in a simple way.
It would have been
Law
better
enforcement agencies
if the
are looking
mastermind
into the
behind it
matter.
all had been found.
Some have been fired, some detained. Do you want them to beat confessions out of the people, or to obtain them in due course in accordance with the law? The latter seems to be the better option. But it takes time. There shouldn't be any rush, nor any haste.
Konstantin Kotov as well. His case is currently being reviewed, and the Constitutional Court has ordered that things got going after this issue had been referred to you personally, after the news conference. So it appears that the president's personal involvement, this hands-on control, does matter after all.
It appears that the president, acting as the guarantor of the Constitution, has such a right and must respond to these sorts of issues, which we see happening in real life.
It turns out, as the actual figures stand, the percentage of acquittals in 2018 was 0.23%.
Do you know what the prison population was in the early 2000s?
No idea.
It actually halved.
The prison population? You mean those behind bars?
Yes, the number halved, decreased in an unnoticeable manner with no fuss. In fact, it's actually a sort of revolutionary development. It has been taking place gradually as a result of various decisions liberalizing the legal responsibility of citizens who committed minor offenses or are first-time offenders and so on. It halved.
You know perfectly well. I don't have to tell you that there were some cases that sparked a widespread public outcry.
That happens.
Everything is judged based on just one fact.
I understand.
They judge everything. The Serebrennikov case, for instance. How much longer must it last? And you will say again that this is for the court to decide.
Of course.
They have already put their signatures and names on petitions.
Who put their signatures and names on petitions?
People who have prestige in society, prominent people. They penned a petition for him.
Andrei, listen to me. The opinions of people respected in society are important. I think that the court takes into account the opinions of respected people, but still, it has to make judgments based not on their opinions, but based on the law and legal awareness.
Certainly. However, there was an incident which triggered just as much of a public uproar. This concerns the Moscow rallies last summer, when the battle,
Everyone can...
which, in your interpretation, immediately turned into something. Okay, somebody threw a bottle. You draw a parallel right there with Paris and Hong Kong.
This cannot be allowed. Today they throw a bottle, tomorrow a chair, then cars are smashed to pieces. It cannot be allowed. Things mustn't get out of hand. It has to be within the law.
And the National Guard of Russia? Why are the troops so vulnerable, timid?
They are both vulnerable and timid. They are doing their job, and they must do it. Moreover, they're dealing with protesters. Tomorrow they will face a barrage of bullets. And what's more, they take part in combat operations. And when somebody spreads information over the internet that their children should be killed, what in the world is that? This is being said about those who, if the motherland calls, have to put themselves in the line of fire to protect the interests of the state, society, and our particular citizens. You know, this can really disrupt the country's balance. To an extent, there will be hell to pay. We can't risk it.
When nightsticks are wielded.
Nobody resorts to swinging a nightstick without a reason.
Mr. President,
Please, listen to me. If people act within the existing rules and laws, who would want to swing a nightstick? On the contrary, they should be protected.
watch the video
I believe you.
showing a woman being beaten in her ribs, and then they don't find the perpetrator. Who is he or where is he?
Most likely you're talking about the so-called unauthorized
Yes.
protests. Well, there you have it. Get permission, go and express your opinion. After all, you see, the internet, the mass media, including the opposition media, they will come wherever you are. Just anywhere you are, wherever you go, wherever you gather to express your discontent with the ruling authorities, since millions of people will be informed about it via the internet and mass media, right?
Yes.
Why block traffic? In order to incite security forces into swinging their nightsticks. And then you'd ask me about it. That is the point, and nothing more. To display what kind of heroes they are, and that they will protect the interests of citizens with the same zeal if they get into power and engage in governing. It is not enough to just blame the authorities in order to convince the electorate that those who do the blaming are exactly the people they need. It is necessary to provide a positive program.
A pike lives in the lake to keep all fish awake.
Right. That is good, but not enough to effectively develop the country.